Hola, clase de Español dos. Soy yo, Señor Moore. It's time for us to look at Vocab 5.1, and I hope that everything is going well for you and that you're watching this in comfort and at home, and hopefully you're watching it because you're getting ahead of things, and hopefully not because you're homesick or something along those lines. Lots of different reasons to do this, not the least of which being a little bit of extra credit. At some point during the course of the screencast today, I'll tell you specifically what your optional extra credit assignment is for Monday's opening of the new chapter. I should say Monday, but it might be on Tuesday as well, depending on our testing schedule. Let's go ahead and continue with vocabulary first, talking about staying fit and healthy. Here we go. Las artes marciales, martial arts. El atletismo. El atletismo is track and field. It looks like just athleticism. El atletismo. Aumentar el peso, to gain weight. Bajar de peso, to lose weight. Looks kind of similar here. Aumentar is kind of like to augment or to strengthen or to gain in some way. Bajar, of course, it means to lower anyway. So those are some related words. Balanceado, of course, is balanced. El ciclismo is cycling or bicycling. La dieta is diet. Es preciso means it's necessary. That's a false cognate. It looks like the word precise, but it actually means that it's necessary. Escalar montañas is to climb mountains or to mountain climb. Literal translation, to scale mountains. Estar en plena forma, to be in good shape. Estirarse, to stretch. Hacer abdominales, to do abs. Actually means to do sit-ups. It's a little bit more specific than that, but it looks like, I mean, if you're to literally translate it, to do abdominals. So it is very similar to that, but it just means to do sit-ups. Inscribirse is to enroll in something, to enroll. Levantar pesas, to lift weights. Lo suficiente means enough. The literal translation is sufficient, it. Okay, so it just means enough. El montañismo, of course, is another form of mountain climbing. It's kind of like escalar montañas. Moverse is to move. La natación is swimming. Por means for. Remar is to row. El remo is the noun that means rowing, like the sport of rowing, el remo. Saltar a la cuerda is to jump rope. Sano means healthy. El senderismo is hiking. El senderismo, hiking. Sudar is to sweat. Ya lo sé, I already know. Ya lo sé, I already know. Here are a few sample sentences that you might see throughout the course of the week in using this type of vocabulary. ¿Qué haces para estar en plena forma? What do you do to get in shape or to be in good shape? One possible answer, sigo una dieta sana y balanceada y hago ejercicio todos los días. In inglés, I follow a diet that is healthy and balanced, and I do exercises every day. ¿Duermes lo suficiente? Do you sleep enough? Sí. Ayer, por ejemplo, dormí por 8 horas. Yes. Yesterday, for example, I slept for 8 hours. So there are some examples of how you would use that vocabulary within sentences. I'd like to go ahead and take a look at some of the grammatical points for this chapter. As you can see, in chapter 5.1 has our lovely winterish theme. Let's go ahead and start right in. Oh, I need to change this. This is a little bit off screen for you. That might be a little bit better. Okay, AR, ER, and IR verb endings in the preterite tense. When we talk about preterite tense, we're talking about the past, right? Events that have already occurred. Now, we've already looked at AR verbs in the preterite tense before. So, for example, using the verb to talk, hablar. Yo hablé is I talked or I spoke. Tú hablaste, you talked or you spoke. Or él habló, he talked or he spoke. That could be for other verbs too. For example, dibujaste, you drew. Or Ellos dibujaron. They drew, and so on. So these are just examples of past tense verb conjugations. Now we've worked on AR verbs. We've looked at the verb ir, but we haven't looked at ER and IR verbs yet. So here are your ER and IR verb endings for all regular preterite tense verbs. Iste, yo, imos, istes, and ieron. For example, if you're using the verb dormir, which is to sleep, you could say dormí, I slept. Dormiste, you slept. Él or ella durmió, he or she slept. Nosotros dormimos, vosotros dormisteis. Ellos, ellas, y ustedes durmieron. As an example. There are other IR verbs that we could look at too. Here's an ER verb, comer, to eat. I ate would be yo comí. She ate would be ella comió. They ate would be ellos comieron. All those examples. Here are some examples, and I apologize, this is kind of hard to see because I'm in the way. I'm messing up asistir here. I'll move that again in just a moment. But example of an AR verb, comprar, compré, compraste, compró, compramos, comprastes, compraron. And ER verb, correr, to run. So I ran, you ran, he or she ran, we ran, they ran. Corrí, corriste, corrió, corrimos, corristes, corrieron. And then we have, okay, asistir, which would be like to attend. I attended, yo asistí. You attended, tú asististe, fun one to pronounce. He or she attended, asistió, él asistió, or ella asistió. They attended, ellos asistieron, and so on. Okay, let's see, look at a few others here. Last one, here's a slightly irregular one. The verb dormir has a slight spelling change. Notice that it's normal here, dormí, dormiste, but it has an O to U spelling change in the third person singular and the third person plural form. So durmió and durmieron, as opposed to dormió and dormieron. So just wanted to make a note of that. Dormir, of course, is to sleep. So I slept, you slept, he or she slept, we slept, they slept. Either one of these could be you all slept, right? Because it just depends on if it's the vosotros informal or the ustedes formal. Okay, that brings us to our extra credit assignment. I think I'm going to bring back this slide for just a moment here. What I would like for you to do, if you would like to earn just a few points of extra credit for this week, is please choose 10 different verbs, and either AR verbs, ER verbs, or IR verbs, 10 different verbs, and create 10 different sentences in the preterite tense. So, for example, comprar. Yo compré el almuerzo para mi hijo. I bought lunch for my son, something like that. Next one, correr. Yo corrí 4 millas. I ran 4 miles. Asistir, to attend. Tú asististe el concierto, no? You attended the concert, right? Okay, so what I want you to do is just write 10 sentences using AR, ER, and IR verbs in the preterite tense. I would like for each sentence to utilize a different verb. If you do want to double up on any verbs and maybe use one the same way, utilize it in a different way, okay? So don't have it, sometimes there are reflexive verbs that you can use. Sometimes you can use a verb in the preterite tense, but have it still be in the have it use multiple verbs in the same sentence. So you can reuse verbs. Just make sure that you're using them in different ways. No more than once or twice, though. Okay. That being said, on a note card, 10 sentences, all using the preterite tense, using different AR, ER, and IR verbs. I hope that that's fairly clear for you. If you don't have a question or comment, feel free to complete those. If you do, email me or let me know on Monday or Tuesday, and we'll see if we can take care of them during class. Have a great day. Ciao, hasta luego, y adios, clase.